Welcome back. So some pretty big news coming out here just a few minutes ago from the Highlander Racing social media page, along with Clausen Marshall Racing and along with Ridge & Sun Racing and the Casey Kane Racing number 49. Of course, the drivers, Tyler Courtney, Brad Sweet, and Aaron Reitzel. We all know that they were involved in big incidents over there at Eldora Speedway. And I wanted to talk about the medical provisional that is in the Highlander Racing rulebook here today and what that exactly means, because several people are probably going to be wondering. I know a lot of people don't seem to click on article links, with all the explanations and things like that. So I feel like this might be a good video to put together. Real quick, did want to give an update here. For Brad Sweet, we know that he was evaluated at a nearby hospital after the wreck at Eldora, was discharged that night, but is taking time to recover from plenty of soreness and a concussion. And so Brad Sweet will not be in attendance tomorrow night at Lernerville Speedway. As for Aaron Reitzel, suffered several scary impacts during a crash in Friday's night before the Kings Royal. And after being diagnosed with a fractured right foot at the hospital, he and his family have already returned home to Iowa and plan to see a specialist as his recovery begins. And so that means the Ridge & Sun Racing 87 will not have a driver in the car at Lernerville as well. We did find out at the same time that Tyler Courtney, the driver of the Clausen Marshall 7BC, experienced obviously a very vicious impact on Thursday night's Joker's Jackpot feature. He was transported to a hospital and underwent successful surgery, with doctors expecting a full recovery over the next few months, which is a fantastic thing to read. Obviously, that was a very scary incident there for Tyler Courtney, so good news there that he will make a full recovery. Clausen Marshall Racing, in turn, has announced that Cole Duncan will drive the car tomorrow night at Lernerville, and Gio Scelzi will drive the car for the rest of the year following Lernerville Speedway tomorrow night. Now, let's get into the rule book here. And this is what is going on. In page 24, section G, subsection C of the Highlander Racing rulebook, the medical provisional portion is right there, and it reads as follows. Medical provisionals will be granted to a driver that has an accident with injuries needing some extra days to heal, i.e. the three drivers in question here today. These provisionals will be granted in a 10-day period, and that driver or car will receive points for their average finishing position plus 5 positions on top of that. So we all know that these three drivers were injured in the last 10 days. Brad Sweet injured Saturday, Aaron Reitzel injured on Friday, and Tyler Courtney injured on Thursday. And so what that means is where the driver's average finish was throughout the entire season from Las Vegas all the way up until Eldora. For Brad Sweet, it was a 6.3 average finish. You take that number, you add 5 positions onto it, and then you would round down, because 6.3 rounded down would be 6, so plus 5 would be 11. So that would mean that on Lernerville's race tomorrow night, he would be credited with 11th place points in the feature event. The same will go with Tyler Courtney. Well, actually, no, because he does have a substitute driver, so excuse me on that. But for Aaron Reitzel, he has a 6.75 average finish, and so that means it would be rounded up to 7. Plus 5 would mean he will get 12th place points in the feature tomorrow night at Lernerville Speedway. Now, with the Clausen Marshall Racing announcement, things are a little bit different for them. If the owner would like to race with a different driver, i.e. Clausen Marshall, during this time, they can, but will not receive the guaranteed points. The owner will receive points for their finishing position for that night. So, instead of taking the guaranteed 11th place points, the same as Brad Sweet, because they have the same average finish, the Clausen Marshall team has elected to put Cole Duncan in the car. And so Duncan, no matter where he runs, he could run right in 11th place and get those same points, or it seems like they are going to, I don't know if risk it is the right word, or try to improve upon that. They can run 10th, 9th, 8th, whatever. They can get more points than that guaranteed 11th, or they can risk it, I guess you could say, and go and maybe they run 12th or worse and lose ground to Brad Sweet and the KKR 49. So that is what they are going to be doing tomorrow night. When it comes to those three cars, that's the only one that will be racing tomorrow night. After 10 days, the driver may be granted one extension if needed and approved by Highlander Racing officials. So the one, I guess, I don't know if saving grace is the right word for this type of thing, but Brad Sweet, Aaron Reitzel, this comes at, I guess, a good time in the schedule. There's only one more race tomorrow, and then it's a 3+ week break before the next Highlander Racing points paying event at the Thunderbolt Raceway in Tulare, California. August 15th, I believe, or August 14th is the date on that. So they will have plenty of time to recover. And we mentioned that the 7BC at that point in time at Tulare will be driven by Gio Scelzi. So going into tomorrow night at Lernerville, Brad Sweet is not going to lose. He's going to get 11th place points. The 7BC will find out where they finish, and the 87 will get 12th place points. Going into tomorrow, the 7BC 12 points behind Brad Sweet, the 87 minus 23. So if Cole Duncan could theoretically take the points lead away from Brad Sweet and the KKR 49 tomorrow night if he does run well. Now behind them, Rico Abreu 37 points behind in 4th position, and this is how things will work here when it comes to the 49 and when it comes to the 87. First place tomorrow, let's just say Rico wins. He did win this race last year. He will get 77 championship points. Brad Sweet and the KKR 49 will be guaranteed 51 points, which is a 26-point swing, meaning that even if Rico wins, he will not be able to take the points lead away. The closest he can get is 11 points back of the KKR 49, and that would put him in front of the 7BC, but we do know that car will be in action, so we don't exactly know what is going to end up being the finishing position, obviously, for that team. Brent Marks is 58 points behind in 5th position. Like I said, the most he can get on Brad is 26 points, which would be 32. So he will not pass Reitzel, but he does have an opportunity to pass Rico Abreu and pass the 7BC if both of those drivers experience some issues, maybe mechanically or whatever, tomorrow night at Lernerville. So that is the rule that is protecting these drivers, and I think it is a great rule to have because none of these guys planned on getting hurt, getting into wrecks. And so I really like how High Limit Racing does have this rule to help them and not ruin their entire championship season because of an incident that they cannot control. So if you would like to take a look at it yourself, it is in the rule book on High Limit Racing's website, page 24, section G, subsection C. So let me know your thoughts on this whole situation here. It is just so good to hear the good news coming in from these guys that they're all going to make a full recovery. They're going to be back. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned later on today for another video here on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Talk to you again soon.